Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. It's my weekly show where you see what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So this week, I painted another 6 JSA minis, adding up to my JSA collection, trying to like polish off what I don't have done. I got to write a list and play a game with it against Chris. And then I got a few more like base coated and ready to go and started working on my extra as well as some reinforcements for the JSA to try out some of the missions and the new like reinforcement tab, which just went live yesterday in Infinity Army. So we can actually throw down some games hopefully next week. So big thanks for CB sending along those rules early so I could get like a head start on it and start painting these guys. I've also got some stuff coming up. My stuff to do the next 5 episodes of The Last War showed up in the mail. Some stuff I ordered from Amazon. I had to try and find some model kits for a few little things. And I got some cool new kind of preview stuff from GW that I'm going to check out and do like separate videos on, but not today because I'm out of time for the weekend. And then also there's more stuff up on the auction block. Some guest stuff actually this week. There's some minis from Jay, as well as some stuff for me, some stuff for Guild Ball, another Frostgrave Warband because I have like 50 of them, and a kill team. So let's see what got done and what is coming up. So first things first, here is my done pile, finished. A bunch of very old Infinity models mixed with some very new Infinity models. So in the old half, I painted my second Oyaroi. This is to go with my new Oyaroi because they're only 75 points, and there was a list at the Spring Offensive that ran 2 of them that I promised I would try out, so I'm slowly getting that stuff gathered together. And I honestly, this sculpt looks great. It holds up quite well, even though it is, you know, very old at this point. And to go with it and another very old sculpt, which is Yojimbo, I painted 2 new crazy koalas that I salvaged from, I believe it's the Harang. I can't remember exactly the name of it. And then I painted Shinobu. She is the premier assassin, basically, of JSA, and I did her with the hat because I think the hat is super cool, and this gives me some, like, I have literally all the Oniwa bots now. Like, every Oniwa miniature ever made, I now have painted in my JSA army, which I think is great. I can do the dream of the blank roster sheet. And of course, we have Yojimbo. It's a classic sculpt. I actually really like this model still, even though he's got, like, the old school style combi rifle. His sword's enormous. He's just a very cool model. I put him on a new style base. Same with his bike version. I like that the versions match really well. And even though he's on an older style bike, this still matches the Authorized Bounty Huntress and Pensive Leia's bikes. The bikes haven't changed too much. They're still pretty much the Kaneda bike, which is how I painted it. And both the Oyorois and he have Mine Layer, so I needed at least 4 koalas to put down for, you know, keeping that deployment zone clear. And that's another 6 models added to my JSA. The last little bit I wanted to get done, I want that Kempite shotgun finished, because I'm going to run Oyorois. I'll probably make them lieutenants, and having a chain of command is pretty cool. I'm going to paint up the Guerrilla pilot, actually, as my dismount for the 2. I don't want to, I can't search out the Oyaroi one. I don't know where it is. But I had an extra Guerrilla one. If I do find the other one, it just means I have a dismount for both of them. But the Guerrilla pilot works just as well. And I'm halfway through like just base coating her. And then finally my engineer will get painted too, so I can fix some robots. Then I started airbrushing and base coating my brawlers. They are the core of the like paid end song reinforcements, and I had all 4 of them. I have a 5th one somewhere, the limited edition one. I'm not entirely sure where it is. And then this is an old Sedition Wars miniature I'm going to use as a brawler, or not brawler, oh geez, what are they called? Digger, because he's kind of perfect. Like, he's wearing like a physical mining rig. He's got a flamethrower, and he looks like he could have his, like, he's got some real Matt Damon and Elysium energy that I'm pretty excited about. I actually have a big version of him too. I might proxy and put on a 555mm base as a trip hammer at some point as well. And I couldn't contain myself. I actually quit painting these to start painting this guy. I did some airbrushing on him, and then I've been doing the highlights so far, but this is how I'm painting my Cascuda. It's very, like, I need to, you can see on the leg here, I've got the highlights pretty much finished. This leg's like still kind of naked. I'm about halfway through finishing him off. And I like him a lot. I'm not going to paint him to match my Onyx, although I thought about doing that. Mostly because I have more Onyx. I might actually sell that Onyx army and start another one so that the basing all matches my more hats. I did very fancy basing on my old Onyx army, so tell me in the comments if you think someone would pick up my Onyx army. But I wanted to fit my more hats, so that's why I did the different like paint style for it. And then over here is the Extra officer. who will go in as well. And I actually have my Void Operator already painted, my old one, which I'm pretty excited about. And that is the coming up pile that's like halfway painted and finished. I've got excited about Endsong. Obviously this weekend is Gen Con, so if you want to grab copies of these and you're in Indianapolis, go for it. There should be some still at the Corpus Belli booth if they haven't all sold out. And then I got these. They're a bit small. They're 176, but like, I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna kit bash the hell out of it anyway. I really just need the pieces. These are Airfix kits. I got a field gun that I need. I'm actually not super worried about it being a bit smaller. And then this tank as well, which won't be huge, but big enough that I can have a tank rolling around. You see the sides here aren't that large, but I'm actually okay with it because I don't want it to be a full-size tank. I just want it to have tank-like attributes and be rolling around. And the same with the field gun. It's not huge, like it's not enormous, but it's big enough that it's a 2x2 table, right? If I had a full-size giant Mark I tank on it, it would dominate the entire board. And the field guns here. There's actually a little truck in here as well, which is kind of cool. But it's just big enough it should fit the table. For Weird Hollow, I get to check out the new Plague Rats. Look at this, one of the coolest Mordheim warbands ever. It's Scabbard's Plague Pack. I'm gonna do a review of the cards in here coming up probably tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow. And then also same with this, the Knights Erastus. This is a Forge World kit bin made into plastic, and I just got rid of House Metallum, so we're gonna have to paint him as a different Knightly household. Maybe I'll take him as a free blade. But he's extremely cool and gives me a Horus Heresy Knight to go with my Raven Guard. Forward to those reviews tomorrow. And this is the stuff that's going on the block this week. We've got Jay's Aerodani Light Horse. He's like, he saw what I was doing. He's like, hey, can you help me clear out my basement? It's like, this was not the plan. But he's got like 3 mercenary companies, so something had to give at some point. We've got like 2 battle forces, a fire support lance and a recon lance. And then they're all like decaled and painted by Jay, and I'm gonna put these up in my my eBay just so that he can move some stuff out of here too. But for me this week, I went and dug through. I found a kill team I want to get rid of. It's also just, if you want to use it as an intercessor squad with a lieutenant, you could, but it's a lovely Dark Angels kill team of intercessors, or the start of an intercessor one, because you can mix the intercessors now too. If you wanted to add to it, you could. And then another like North Star Frostgrave Warband. I was like, I have too many of these. I have like 4. I have like 10 sets of wizards. Like, I just have to, because I know what's gonna happen is if I do more Frostgrave, I'm just gonna paint everything new again. That's what's happened every single time so far. So some of this has to go. So I got my thugs, crossbowman, archer, man-at-arms. We got a dog handler. We got a tracker. We got a Templar. We got a treasure hunter, and then we got an illusionist, an apprentice, and a dog to hang out. And then finally, I don't know, maybe no one wants to collect this, but this has been up for a while. So I knocked like 25 bucks off the price, and this is my my blacksmith team, which I don't think is around anymore. So I painted them very nicely, actually. I was looking at the leader guy, and I was like, I painted these nicer than I remember. So there it is, my one box. I don't have the other box, so if there was a second box, sorry, I don't have that, but this was my Forged from Steel box, complete with all the tokens. I think they're still unpunched, all the cards with like whenever I didn't play Guild Ball anymore's updates, like sleep with them and stuff too. So there we go, 6 models painted this week, lots of stuff getting worked on. And lots of stuff happening. It's been busy. I did manage to get in some games. Actually, Travis came in from Calgary, actually, from the meta that Owen and Dan play in. I got to record some games with him. Chris came back, and we recorded some games, and Jay came in for the week. And we played some Battletech, some classic Battletech, which was super exciting. Oh, shoot, that means there's miniatures I didn't put on the table today. You can see them next week. I painted some new Battletech stuff, too, and then just immediately forgot about it. I actually painted 10 miniatures this week, because I painted a new Lance as well. That's really funny that I forgot about that. I painted 10 models and then still just like totally spaced on it. Yeah, but more about what's going on here next week. And I hope you guys enjoyed, yeah, like what got done and what's coming up. Thanks, now Mash. Have a good night. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continuing to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.